Lila is taking what we'd call an astral projection trip with the goddess Sarasvati. And at one point it was described as this trip was being taken through the imagination of Sarasvati. And they're going to visit the house of a holy man who died 8 days previously. And it's been revealed to Lila that she's actually a projection of this holy man this holy man had wanted to be a king, and subsequently when he died he became one, and this king was actually Lila's husband. Vasistha continued, O Rama, the two ladies then entered into the holy man's house. The whole family was in mourning. On account of their grief, the house itself had a depressing atmosphere. By the practice of the yoga of pure wisdom, Lila had acquired that faculty by which her thoughts instantly materialized. She wished that these, my relations, should see me and Sarasvati as if we are ordinary womenfolk. They appeared so to the mourning family, but the two ladies were of supernatural radiance, which dispelled the gloom that pervaded the house. The eldest son of the departed holy couple welcomed the two ladies, taking them to be two angels of the forest. He said to them, O angels of the forest, surely you have come here to relieve us of our grief and our bereavement, for such is the nature of divinities. They are eager to relieve the distress of others. The two ladies asked the young man, Tell us the cause of your sorrow, which seems to afflict all these people here. The son of the holy couple replied, O ladies, in this very house there lived a pious man and his devoted wife, who were both devoted to a righteous life. Recently they abandoned their children and grandchildren, their house and their cattle, and ascended to heaven. Therefore to us this whole world appears to be empty. Look, O ladies, even the birds are crying for the departed ones. Even the gods are crying in grief, raining tears. The trees are shedding tears every morning, the dewdrops. Abandoning this earth, my parents have surely gone away to the world of the immortals. Hearing this, Lila laid her hand on the young man's head. Instantly he was relieved of his sorrow. Seeing this, all the others were also relieved of sorrow. Rama asked, O Holy One, why is it that Lila did not appear to her own son as his real mother? So strictly speaking, this boy was Lila's son, given that she was the parallel to Arundhati, to Vasistha's wife. Vasistha replied, Rama, he who has realized the unreality of material substances sees only the one undivided consciousness everywhere. A dreamer does not see this world. A man in deep coma may even see the other world. Lila had realized the truth. He who has realized the truth that Brahman, the self, etc., are all one infinite consciousness, and to him we're his son, friend, wife, etc. Even her laying hand on the young man's head was a spontaneous expression of Brahman's grace. So I think the idea here is that she wasn't affected by relationship, and yet there was this divine urge to relieve suffering. Vasistha continued, Having thus blessed the family of the deceased holy man, the two ladies disappeared. The consoled members of the family returned to their abodes. Lila turned to Sarasvati to ask her a question. In this state, of course, their bodies were made neither of matter like earth, nor psychosomatic factors like life breath. It was like two dream objects conversing with each other. Lila asked Sarasvati, how was it that we were seen by the family, this family of mine here, and we were not seen by my husband who was ruling a kingdom when we visited him? Lila's first experience of this was when she went into meditation after her husband died, and she saw him with his whole court, but he didn't see her, and the court didn't see her. But now she's wondering, well, how come the people saw her here? Her family saw her here. Sarasvati answered, then you are still clinging to your notion, I am Lila. Now you have overcome that body consciousness. Till the consciousness of duality is completely dispelled, you cannot act in the infinite consciousness. You cannot even understand it, even as one standing in the sun does not know the coolness of the shade of a tree. But now if you go to your husband, you'll be able to deal with him as before. So it just seems that Lila has gained more facility for handling this condition. Lila said, O divinity, it was here itself that my husband was the holy man and I was his wife. Here again I was his queen. Here he died and here again he rules now. Pray take me where I can see him. Sarasvati said, Lila, you and your husband have been through many incarnations, 3 of which you now know. Not quite sure why it's 3. The first was Vasistha, the second Vasistha and Arundhati, the second was Padma and Lila, and I suppose the third one must be the one in which the king is now living. In this incarnation, the king has slipped deep into the snare of worldliness, and he thinks, I am the Lord, I am strong, I am happy, etc. Though from the spiritual standpoint, the whole universe is experienced here, from the physical point of view, millions of miles separate the planes. And here's the point. In the infinite consciousness, in every atom of it, universes come and go like particles of dust in a beam of sunlight that shines through a hole in the roof. They come and go like ripples on the ocean. Universes come and go like particles of dust. There is universes happening all the time. Lila reminisced, O divinity, since emerging as a reflection in the infinite consciousness, I have had 800 births. Today I see this. I have been a nymph, a vicious human woman, a serpent, a forest tribal woman, and on account of evil deeds I became a creeper. And by the proximity of sages I became a sage's daughter. I became a king, and on account of evil deeds done then I became a mosquito, a bee, a deer, a bird, a fish, and again I became a celestial, after which I became a tortoise and a swan, and I became a mosquito again. I have also been a celestial nymph, when other celestials, males, used to fall at my feet. Just as the scales of balance seesaw constantly, I have also been caught up in the seesaw of this repetitive existence, samsara. It is a mass swirling pattern of lives, of universes. Make of it what you will.